The elders have spoken. Listen.
Ogun during their duty in 2023 is Oshun. Oshun is the deity that represents love and all the emotions and feelings that we as human beings possess and feel. She represents the symbol of procreation, of fertility, and is a faithful protector of all women and of maternal wombs. Her natural force resides on the rivers, gold, honey, and everything sweet. She has a strong character and is considered one of the most dangerous deities. She is the only female that holds very deep secrets within the Ogun field. Otora Ira reveals to us that Oshun represents a key deity to avoid tragedies such as rivers flooding near cities. It is important to increase the spiritual connection with Oshun this year at her waters to prevent the rivers from rising and consequently penetrate populated areas, causing disastrous damage and loss of human life. In 2023, Olofin reveals to us the Odu of Ifad Otora Ira, whose prophecy has forced all of us as religious believers to pay close attention to what this prophecy represents for the people. Within the religious community, there is a general understanding that the concept of Iku is exclusive and is only referring to the death of human beings. It is no less true, but during the ceremony we were given the obligation to search a little deeper into what Olofin was referring to when this prophecy was revealed. It is for this reason that Ifad reflects to us that this prophecy represents the general halting of processes in the lives of human beings. This includes the ceasing of life, which in this case would be the death that has also been manifested to us in this Odu, and that Olofin alerts us that an epidemic may arise again and cause loss of human life. On the other hand, since we have clarified that this prophecy is referring to the general halting of processes, positions, whether it be politics, job loss, or stability. In short, this year 2023 Ifad reveals to us that the country will face a very difficult general process, and this is a very important point that our institution wanted to clarify beforehand regarding the prophecy that is revealed to us in this year 2023. Now, the most important point that determines the cause of this general halting is disobedience. Since Olofin warns us that if we are disobedient, we will fall victim to this negative energy. If we don't take care of our decisions and we walk down the wrong path, we cannot expect good results. It is important to understand that the greatest sacrifice that a religious person can do is not the animal sacrifice, offerings, or rituals. The greatest sacrifice is the development of good conduct. Ifad reveals that during the process of trying to develop good conduct and spiritual enlightenment, we must be obedient, and by doing so it will protect us from all the adversities that are coming this year. Maintaining good conduct in general is the vehicle that will guarantee getting out of this negative prophecy unharmed in 2023. Otora Ira is an Odu of Ifa, where people developed a lot of spiritual connection and showed clairvoyant characteristics and great lucidity when interpreting dreams. This is why this year, Olofin recommends that we pay close attention to our dreams, since many messages will be revealed to us through our dreams. Otora Ira recommends that we complement a lot with Ogun this year, so we can find different ways to achieve the stability that we are gonna need in 2023. We recommend that you consult your religious mentor and Ifa consultations so that you can find the correct guidance in selecting which path and decisions would be the most appropriate. When it comes to social interests, the first thing that as a religious community and as human beings we must take into account is the safety and education of our children. It is important to emphasize the recommendations that this Ifa predictions are providing and alerting us for 2023 regarding our children. Ifad reveals that it is imperative that we stay vigilant there on the danger of the lives of our children and child abuse of all aspects, but especially in the sexual sphere. Otora Ira reveals how the safety of our children can be compromised in the hands of people who are in charge of caring for our children, whether at school, at the home of with other relatives like babysitters, or at the home of friends. This Odu of Ifad alerts again and again that we cannot allow as parents our schools to indoctrinate children with ideals and content not suitable for minors. Parents should be more strict and more vigilant with the learning materials that are being introduced and taught to children in school. Also, the lack of respect of adolescents towards older people must be eliminated and corrected. Children cannot be left alone in the care of people with dubious moral character who may compromise the moral and emotional well-being of children. IFAD also alerts that there will be an increase in hidden revelations of child trafficking activities that will emerge to the light and made public. Physical and moral abuse within foster homes to minors that can cause trauma in the lives of children will also come to light this year. All these things that IFAD reveals to us are manifested in the different stories of the Odu Ifa, Otura Ira. Another warning that the Odu Otura Ira reveals us for this year is the presence of forest fires and floods in populated areas where there are rivers or mountains that may collapse as a result of increased rainfall. Olafine recommends reaching out to brothers of our religious community who live in these regions of the country and warn them about these events so they be able to carry out these types of offerings to avoid or minimize the presence of this type of natural events that may affect the stability of the people who reside near these areas. The prophecy of Otura Ira also reveals a possible invasion of bacteria or insects in the agricultural field, where if security measures are not taken when importing agricultural products from other countries, we could suffer contamination in our food sector. IFAD recommends us not to depend on imported products that have been processed in laboratories and encourages the need to adopt agricultural independence as a society and consume much healthier products. Otura Ira reveals that due to the prior mentioned, we as a country must be careful of a possible invasion of birds that migrate and carry with them parasites that can contaminate the crops of some regions of the country. IFAD also reveals that we must be cautious who we give entry to our close circle or family bond, to whom we could open the doors that become a heavy burden for our family, country, or society. By this, we want to emphasize the importance that as immigrants, one must be grateful and maintain a correct conduct to avoid becoming a heavy or unwanted burden for the country where one is migrating. Olafine also advises the care of the ocean and freshwater pests, in which these pests such as lampreys, parasites, etc., represent a danger to the health of all humanity.